In order to teach and inspire people in prison, I'm always looking for inspiring people who have actually gone through the struggle and come back successfully. Today, I am going to be introducing a series of videos that I am doing with Joe Guerrero, an incredibly inspiring guy, because he has gone on, after going through prison a couple of times and having a lot of struggle with substance abuse and challenges with the law, has gone on to become an extraordinarily successful YouTuber. In fact, from my perspective, he is the most successful YouTuber to come out of jail, because he has really cracked the code with 1.32 million subscribers. And today we're going to start I'm going to start by introducing you to Joe. Of course, you can get all of his stories by looking at more than 1,000 videos that he publishes on his channel, which is called the After Prison Show. It's different from our channel at Prison Professors in that Joe is really very engaging and entertaining, and he's giving insight into the life of being in prison. But he's different from some of the other YouTubers that are glorifying, the gang life or the hardcore life. He is just showing people what is it like to live in there. But more importantly, what I see from Joe is a real commitment to become successful and to give back to society and to give back to the community. Not only has he built a successful YouTube channel, but he's gone on to build businesses that employ formerly incarcerated people. And he's very honest in this series of interviews that I am doing with him that I'm going to start releasing in the days to come. So today's episode is just, a short introduction of how we connected, because I want people in jail and prison to understand, if you want to become something more than what society says that you can become, you got to start preparing right now. And Joe is going to tell us how he started preparing when he was in his second prison term, and through hard work and all of the principles that we teach through our programs, he went on to become a phenomenally successful businessman and a great inspiration to more than 1 million people. So I hope that you listen and learn from Joe Guerrero, the founder of the After Prison Show.
I am so excited, and you have no idea why, but I'm going to tell you. It's because I have the biggest YouTube star that you can imagine be going in. Nobody's more relevant to take this into a jail or a prison than my new friend, Joe Guerrero, the founder and the host of the After Prison Show, which has more than 1.3 million subscribers, gets about 1 million views a day. Let me put it this way. He's bigger than NBC, at least in my eyes. Joe, thank you so much for coming into the Prison Professors program and helping us teach and inspire more guys inside. Thank you very much.
Not a problem at all. I appreciate you having me.
Well, we want to learn from you, Joe, because you know what it's like. You were in there, and what we're communicating, just so you know, we're with every prison and every state prison in the state of California, 4 federal prisons. We're down in North Carolina now at the Mecklenburg County Jail. We're in the New York City Department of Corrections, and we're growing. But the challenge is these guys don't get to hear from real guys like you, real guys who have done it. And so I would love to just give this series of programs that I think will coincide with the courses that we're teaching, which tells people how to pursue a deliberate pathway to success. And so I'm going to stop talking in a little minute, but before I get there, I want to give this preamble about where we are today on June the 2nd, 2020, a time when we've got a national pandemic going on, COVID-19, a time when we have 40 million people filing for unemployment, a time when we have social unrest and social injustice across the country, people protesting and really expressing their discomfort for the way the country's going. And all of that means to us as people who serve time in prison is that we are at the bottom of the barrel, because if we're going to try and get a job in this climate, it's going to be tough. So I'm so glad to be able to reach out to you, because you came out during the recession and yet you found your way. And I really am so grateful to you for talking to us. And I'd just love to hear, starting off by letting the viewers, this is who we're going to hear from, and we're going to get the story of how you got there. So Joe Guerrero from the After Prison Show, why don't you give our viewers, because they don't have access to the internet, give us the background of what put you in prison in the first place.
Right. So I served 7 years myself the last time that I was in prison. And I mean that as I've been to prison one time before, and it's also the last time that I'll go to prison. At least I'm hopeful of that. My entire life, all I ever did was make mistakes. I wanted to try to get it the easy way after realizing that I probably wasn't going to amount to much else. Dropped out of school, was engaging in, using drugs and hanging out with all the wrong people. And obviously, I just wanted to try to get it the easy way. I got involved with trying to sell drugs. I was never a very good drug dealer. Ended up getting caught. Got caught with possession with intent to distribute cocaine, possession of a firearm by a nonviolent offender, conspiracy to sell drugs, driving without a license, just a rack of charges. Ended up being 8 charges, most of which were felonies. I ended up serving 7.5 years for those charges. And yeah, what else was?
So no, it's all good. I mean, you're used to being the interviewer, and I kind of got you in the hot seat right now, but I'm so grateful because I want the guys to know and be able to identify with you. As crazy as it sounds, Joe, sometimes I go into jails and prisons, and the guys say, "Oh, that fool was never in prison," right? Because they don't see it, but they don't know I was really there for 9,500 days, and I got to kind of break that barrier and say, I'm just like you. And you, my friend, are just like me and just like them. The difference is you really cracked the code in getting out and really becoming a successful guy. But I know it didn't come easily. I'd love for you to tell our audience a little bit about the mindset you had while you were going through prison that second time.